Introducing first, from the wave to nation flat earth, 160
Cause I'm Bryce, bitch, I'm in Joe. I know I'm sexy. I got the looks and the style to drive my I got the moves that make you move. Whenever I'm around, that means coming from the age of the kid. That's outrageous. Just like the same thing. I'm today, you're gonna see the man. You're gonna see me.
First of all, I want to welcome everybody to Zelo Pro, but as of today, it will be known as Cinco de Mofo. Now, as you all saw, one Isaias Velazquez completely screwed me out of being the Impact Champion right now. You see, I had that match won. I hit Aries with the flat earther, and there was no way he was getting up from that. So I won't sit out here and talk all night. So Isaias, why don't you come on out here and get this ass whooping like a man.
Over on this side, don't put up for milk, but y'all is no different over on this side, got that. Should I listen to everybody on myself? Cause myself is so myself, man, don't need no help, cashing checks, and I'm digging up my chest. Y'all keep talking about who next, but I don't got as big as it gets. I swear y'all just wasting y'all breath. I'm the light skin, keep sweat, I'ma make it last forever. It's not your time, cause I ain't done yet. Look, just understand that I'm on a roll like Cottonelle. I was made for all of this shit, and I'm on the road, box office sales, I'm getting paid for all of this shit. Ask you to please excuse my
Hello, wrestling fans. This is Zelo Pro's Cinco de Zelo, taking place at Joe's on Weed Street in Chicago. I am Jimmy D, and I am being joined by the esteemed owner of Zelo Pro Wrestling, Matt Bacalling. And Matt, you jumped in the booth at the right time. What a contest this is going to be. These two have quite the gripe with one another.
Jimmy, I could not come over here to miss this opportunity to chat with you about this match. You know, this is almost like one of those sleeping giants of a match that you don't realize going into it exactly how special it's going to be, and I think that the Zelo Pro Nation is going to be very surprised by how well these two compete with each other, and in my opinion, this match might steal the show tonight.
Now, of course, I want to go into what happened at Arrival, our Milwaukee debut just 1 month ago between these two gentlemen, but I would be remiss if you are seeing these two gentlemen for the first time, these two participants, these two athletes. These guys have so much collective ring experience, so many collective championships that they've racked up over their years, and that's not exclusive to the Chicago independent scene.
Absolutely not, but in that regard, I would go as far as to call these two Chicago wrestling legends.
Yes.
Without a doubt. Both of them have so much rich history here in the city of Chicago, in the Midwest as a whole, and they've been around for a while, but I feel like they're just getting started.
Oh, there's nowhere to go. There's still nowhere to go but up. I'm hesitant to put it that way because they can go down because they've accomplished so much. I just don't see it. I just don't see it with them. And Bryce,
he's having a good time,
yeah,
even with all that is at stake here.
Well, these two, both of these two believe they could be the Impact Wrestling champion.
They believe
right
they
now.
should be. Absolutely. Austin Aries put the Impact Championship on the line at Zelo Pro Rival Milwaukee. Both had just as much of a chance as the other. They feel like each other cost each other the match, and that's all going to come to a head right here tonight.
Even if you don't have a prior beef, that's going to just escalate it tenfold.
Absolutely. they've all of a sudden, without the history, they've got history.
Just like that. That's all it took. Especially when, even if the Impact Wrestling Championship wasn't involved.
Without a doubt.
A victory over Austin Aries.
Without a doubt. It escalates your career to a whole nother level, puts them both on the map.
They were battling for that just as much, I believe. Because, a victory, even if the Impact Wrestling Championship wasn't on the line, victory over Austin Aries, just skyrocket you up the ranks here at Zelo Pro Wrestling.
No doubt.
Well, Isaiah's showing some dominance here. Got the leverage advantage on that arm bar, trying to keep Bryce Benjamin, trying to keep him as, oh, here we go, into the waist lock. Beautiful counter by Bryce, and he's going to try to ground his opponent.
In all honesty, I expected them to come out of the gate all guns blazing. They're taking a different strategy than what I had anticipated, especially coming off of that hot ending at Arrival against Aries. You obviously know that there's some animosity built up here. Both of them have been all over social media, taking jabs at each other, but it's come to a surprise that they are starting out this way, almost in a one-upsmanship type of match.
I think, Mr. Bacalling, I think that shows you the discipline of these two veterans. They know how dangerous. Beautiful drop kick. Beautiful by Isaias. They know how good the other person is. They've clearly studied tapes on one another. They can't go rushing in. Fools rush in a matchup like this.
You got that right, Jimmy.
Look at this charge right across the chin. He caught him with all of that, Mr. Bacalling. And now Benjamin, he's going to want to stay on top. He wants to shake out any sort of dings, any sort of hits that he's taken thus far in this contest, but he needs to stay on somebody like Velazquez. Velazquez, when he's able to, a personal trainer, his cardio's through the roof.
No doubt about it. And we can make mention to this here. We are Sunday. The weekend's just about over. These two have not wrestled for the first time tonight.
Absolutely.
In terms of both of their schedules. Both of them have wrestled on several events throughout the weekend. You got to imagine that neither one of them is 100% fresh.
And that includes time on the road.
No doubt.
That includes maybe a lack of sleep. There's so many factors that go into this, but that's why these guys are veterans. That's why they are at the level that they're at.
Absolutely.
They can handle this, whereas maybe a new guy, not so much.
For sure.
Neckbreaker coming up. Beautifully done. Beautifully done, setting him up possibly for that Sharanu, which also drives his opponent. 2 count only on the neckbreaker. A wise idea by Isaias to go for the pinfall. You always want to see where your opponent is, and you can measure it with a kick out. How much time is it taking for your opponent to get that kick out? It's Benjamin battling up. Oh, look at this leverage maneuver. Throat first across the middle rope.
Incredibly intelligent on Isaias' part, taking advantage of his ring awareness, knowing exactly what he anticipated Bryce to be doing. These two, it's clear that they know each other very well with that hard shot.
Right in the middle of the back with that standing side kick. Mr. Bacalling, I only worry that Isaias is taking too much time. Well, right in the face. I'm hearing Rob Riggle from The Hangover right now. In the face.
Oh, my goodness. And you have to imagine, Jimmy, that tonight a victory from either one of these competitors is going to really propel them to be at the top of the Zelo Pro roster. Right now, things are pretty even keel across the entire company. We have some phenomenal athletes on this roster, these two being some of the cream at the crop, but both of them are also fighting for position here. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, wins and losses matter so much here. A loss here, a win there can make all the difference in the world to how you're positioned here at Zelo Pro. And
Absolutely.
There can be, beautiful pump kick. Almost like the makeover, but with the makeover, Bryce will throw the knee at his opponent. But he got all that boot. Look at this. Standing over him,
taking it
driving
out
the
on
fists.
Isaias. This is exactly what I expected to see here.
Yeah, Matt, I think we might be at the point that you were expecting. These two they felt each other out. They've gotten a good idea of when they can strike, and Bryce Benjamin did exactly that.
Now it's time you channel the emotions. That's exactly what's happening. Both men are obviously getting a little bit tired. You're going to run on adrenaline at this point. You're going to take out the aggression that you knew that you had going into this, and you're going to do it in an incredibly, incredibly aggressive way.
Both these gentlemen have their big guns still yet to go, and we are on the outside now. Both these guys, they're going to know the referee's count, but they need to be careful out there. Don't want to spend too much time. I know it's a great place to wear down your opponent.
No doubt about it.
But it's a double-edged sword staying out there. Yeah, Bryce just measuring Isaias. Caught him right in the kidneys with that shot. And Isaiah sent, just dumped back in the ring like a sack of hammers. Here we go. A 2 count only. Andy Long laid down the 2 count, but Bryce, here's a good idea. Put his weight down. Is he going to? No, a receipt. A receipt from earlier driving that kick in between the shoulder blades.
Bryce calling for one more.
Oh, here we go. Gets that diving clothesline. You know, Isaias didn't do 2 back kicks either. He had the kick to the face to follow. And 2 count only.
Right there, only a 2 count.
Bryce Benjamin, I'm surprised that he's surprised that Andy Long didn't count 3. I would think that Bryce would think that Isaiah still had some juice back in, still left in him, and he does.
There's definitely some frustration setting in. That's obvious. It's going to depend on exactly how much it's going to take for either one of these competitors. What's he cheering for here? Ooh! And I got to tell you, Jimmy, if you watch the match between these two and Austin Aries, I saw some of the hardest chops I have ever seen in my entire life, and Isaias is just walking away.
Well, now what does Bryce do here? Do you take the count out, get the victory?
Oh, he's got too much pride to allow that to happen.
Well, no, he's coming back. Isaias is coming back.
He just needed a break.
Yep. I used to do that playing baseball. If somebody hit a high fly ball.
Oh, he's asking for some more. He's asking for some more.
Bryce, I'm going to say that was smart to not chop because Isaias was prepared. He was mentally ready for it. Wasn't mentally ready for the forearm shot. And here we go. He's going to give it back to him. Oh, Bryce did not want that happening again. And Isaias, he's out of here. Like me taking a fly ball in baseball and getting the sun in my eyes. Nope, I'm out of here.
Where are they going?
They have both left.
Where are they going? They give up?
Referee Andy Two Juice Long. Okay, they're coming back.
I heard a chop. Bryce got hit in the back.
Yeah, that was a chop. I think you're right. Isaiah's clutching his chest too. Did they chop each other back there?
They must have. Absolutely must have. We couldn't see from behind the curtain.
Isaiah's, that hurts, doesn't it? Don't do it anymore.
Apologize.
Are you serious? Mind games being played here, no doubt. Are they going to hug it out?
I believe there's a chop truce that's about to take place.
Hey, yeah, no more chops, brother. Crowd wants to see a hug. Yep. Maybe no more chops.
No more chops.
Oh, beautiful. Small package inside cradle.
You had to imagine that was going to happen.
Duck the clothesline with the waist lock. Looking for the O'Connor roll. Oh, he caught him. Bryce looking for another clothesline. What a forearm shot across the jaw.
Square.
Bryce off. Man, these two just going a million miles an hour here. TKO, but this time dropping the face across the knee. Once again, ducking that clothesline.
Wow.
He caught all of that knee, that short arm knee. Sure knew, and he got it. He got it. He's won matches with this before. Velazquez.
Unbelievable.
2 count only. He's got to be thinking Hammer of Dawn at this point, Mr. McCalling.
What else is it going to take to put Bryce Benjamin down? That sequence happened so quickly, I don't even know if Bryce was ready for it.
Here we go, Hammer of Dawn. He's thinking about it, but Bryce can feel it coming. Back body drop to counter, rolls through. Wow! Spinning heel kick, and he got him. Wade ducks the clothesline, waist lock again. There it is. There's that makeover.
Oh, my God.
Gets the code breaker.
This has got to be it right here. No, it's not.
2 count only. I believe that's what he calls the flat earther.
The flat earther just nailed Isaias Velazquez in what you imagine would have been the end. But neither one of these guys, just like they weren't ready to give up the Impact Championship, are not ready to lay down here today.
Benjamin thinking about maybe sexying up in a bit. Yep, that's what he's going for. Oh, but Isaias felt it coming. Arm drags out to escape. Out to the floor goes Benjamin. Suicide dive, he got it.
Right into the front row.
And
There's
who was
your
that?
Money's worth.
Who was that got completely destroyed? In the audience, that poor gentleman or lass, I cannot see through because Ivan, our esteemed cameraman, he was in perfect position to catch all the action.
Oh, we'll see it on the replay, that's for sure.
And here we go. Looks like Benjamin is to his feet first. What kind of damage the suicide dive did to Isaias. And there we go, but battling back and forth, just driving. You can hear the slaps. off these right-hand
I got to tell you, we're not that far, but we're also not close enough for it to be that loud.
How about it? Yeah, I mean, I feel safe. I don't think they're coming up here. They're just battling
You never
back.
know. Don't speak too soon.
Yeah, knock on wood, and I do have a table full of wood I should be knocking. Now, was that enough to break the count? I don't think they broke the plane of the ropes. Andy Long was
Oh,
there.
it's close. I don't think they realized how close they are to the count of 10.
And they just both kicked each other right in the head.
Is that a 10 count?
And
That was
he's
a 10
calling
count.
it. We've got a rare double count out, but that's straight up what happened.
I don't think either gentleman realized that Andy Long was so close to the count of 10.
Let's see what Kirby has to say. Let's get the official
The
word.
referee has ruled this match a double countout.
Well, Mr. McCalling, the battle of superiority among these two veterans not settled here at Cinco de Zelo.
It's going to have to wait.
Just have to wait back and see what happens next.